And then, yeah, I think this one is the last, I think mahabol natin. Massive MIMO, which is being done na rin actually without the Open RAN now, but we can leverage on it when we deploy also uh, the Open RAN. And with Open RAN being programmable, we might be venturing further into this functionality. Why? Let's see. So Massive MIMO is seen as one of the key technologies of 5G with beamforming and spatial multiplexing. So in Communications 101, we can see that we have a phenomenon where we call it, anong tawag doon? Multipath propagation. We have multipath propagation. In reality, when we throw the signal out, when we propagate the signal, it will have multipath propagation. Why? Because of obstructions and the physical world. Kahit ngayong hangin lang eh. Okay? So because we have like climates and we have like water vapors in the atmosphere, so magkakaroon talaga ng multiple fading na for example in the receiver, yung dating ng signal iba-iba. And doon nagkakaproblema before. Nung dati, nung 2G, yung malaking problema is the multipath propagation na yung dating ng signal might be out of phase dun sa isa pa niyang kasama. Okay? So, hindi sabay-sabay ang dating. So, they will be having multipaths. So, ngayon, when we develop further into the cellular cellular technology, nileverage nila yung phenomenon na yon so that we can use those different paths para magkaroon ka ng what you call this, mamultiply mo yung capacity. Kasi nga, gagamitin mo isang path for this and then yung other path for a different transmission. This optimization is performed at different time scales from near real-time TPI scale to non-real-time by adapting beam configuration, adapting policies like PRB usage. Major technical. Both the non-RT RIC and the near RT RIC oversee the current traffic coverage and interference situation. So MIMO, multiple input, multiple output, is actually not an old technology, but ginagamit na to eh. Yung mga malalakas, mga pangmalakasan natin mga Wi-Fi ngayon, uses MIMO. So that, syempre, kung merong multipath propagation na problema, it's yung sa loob ng bahay. Kasi pag nilagay mo pag nilagay mo yung router sa isang place ng bahay, meron kang mga paso dito, meron ka dito column. So pag aakyat ka pa ng taas, so ang daming tatalbugan. So gamit na gamit 'yan sa mga Wi-Fi. But now we're leveraging MIMO, the antenna technology for wireless communication in 5G, in radio access network. So in which multiple antennas are used at both the source and then the destination. Yan. Okay? So, pag nagpadala ka ngayon, marami kang antenna dito, and then the mobile station would be having also, I'm not sure what's the maximum na mga phones ngayon, but most of the new phones now are capable of this. So, they can leverage on the MIMO. So, the base station ngayon na mag-a-adjust ngayon for the UEs. So, let's go back to the basic of antenna. If you have a radiating element, so you input a signal, ito yung mga phones mo. Okay? So, nag-radiate siya. You have like wider beam width. And then, you have two radiating elements and it becomes more directional. And then, habang tumataas yung radiating elements mo, mas nagiging directional yung main beam. And dito nag-leverage ngayon yung massive MIMO and beamforming. Later on, why? Nakita natin. So, ngayon, meron tayong mga we can have a directional signal, okay? And then, makakontrol na rin natin siya. We can have like 4 radiating elements, but we can have like 2 beams now. And then, let's have it a massive scale and we have like a different beam now. So before we go back to the lower generations in 2G, you have just isang buga and then hati-hati na lahat ng phones ngayon. But now we're progressing going above the generation, we can target phones. No? We can target this UE with this and then target so we can have the most quality of service. Okay. Okay, just yeah, you're leveraging on the spatial division multiplex access. Ito yung sinasabi ko yan, dumadami na yung 2 beams, 4 beams, and then you have 4 beams, and then we can control kung kaninong UE to kanino to UE magfo-focus. So that's why we're going into the beamforming. So when we say beamforming, so without going into the detail, we have the phase shifters here. So we can control now. So beamforming benefits, it improves the uplink and downlink badges by increasing the antenna gain. When you say increasing the antenna gain, we're actually having more directional propagation or from the antenna. Helps to reduce intercell interference by focusing transmission in a specific direction. Okay, it provides support for multi-user MIMO. Multi-users can be simultaneously allocated the same resource blocks if those users are spatially separated. So yeah, more antenna, more directivity. So dati you have this one, okay, in the antenna. M is a factor kung ilan yung arrays mo. Okay, yun nga yung 'di ba yung beams mo. So nung unang panahon, you have like the 2G signal. Ito lang yan, nagra-radiate lang siya. Pag lumabas na yung user mo dito, na. So, 'di ba no, uso pa noon na uso pa yun nung gumagalaw-galaw pa yung iPhone, pwede ka makaset ng signal. Actually, totoo yun. So, when you do that, you're having like, I forgot what it's called, but in terms of vector, meron talaga na pag ginalaw mo siya in this area, doon ka lang makakasend or makakatawag. So, kasi nga ganun, you have like your signal would be here, your footprint would be here. Pag lumabas ka na dyan at wala ka ng ibang papasahan, nga ka na dito. And then you have like factor of 8 here. So you have like side lobes here, but your main lobe would be directional, and you can direct it to that one. So imagine on a massive scale, dami mong user dito, and you have a lot of beams. It can be directed to those. So hindi mo na network na nag-adjust sa'yo. Kumbaga. And then yeah, it goes up into the factor 64. You have more directional and mas ano ka talaga, marami kang makikater na users. Okay? So MIMO benefits, diversity gain, of course. RA gain is achieved from the beamforming effect, which is generated in transmitting from multiple antenna elements. And then the spatial gain, throughput by transferring multiple stream of data in parallel using same set of time and frequency resources. This is more on the multiple user MIMO, spatial. As long as they have good separation, pwede sila mag-share. Ang tawag namin is pair. May maganyang feature. Actually, we're in one of my projects now, we're what you call this? We're trialing this. Hindi pa masyado siyang ginagamit yung pairing in the massive view, in a multiple user MIMO. But nakakadagdag kasi siya ng capacity and spectral efficiency. Drawbacks of MIMO. Okay? Of course, hindi naman lagi happy ending. So requires additional processing at both the transmitter and receiver. Requires additional signaling in terms of feedback from the receiver and resource allocation information from the transmitter. Requires additional power amplifiers at the transmitter, additional receive paths at the receiver, and requires additional antenna elements at both the transmitter and receiver. Dito na nag-evolve yung antenna. With the massive MIMO, antenna are not anymore passive element. You have to make it active so that you have the beamforming process at the site. I mean, pag nilagay mo pa sa baba yan, may delay yan eh. So, the processing should be on the antenna itself. So, nagiging active element na ngayon ng antenna with this MIMO. So, these are drawbacks, but then, medyo actually na-address na to. There are products that you can buy now that answering for these requirements. Okay, so it requires additional processing, make it be done. You have to have computations here at the site, okay, on the antenna itself, so that mabilis lang yung computation. So yeah, nag-evolve na yung antennas natin. Yan, ganyan na yung itsura niya. Makikita mo mga antenna. Actually, ito hindi, this is a passive antenna. But then, if you have massive MIMO, makakakita ka na ng mga ganito. Medyo, actually, lumiit nga siya actually eh. Okay? So, you have the single user, the multiple user, MIMO. So, the single user MIMO, single user allocates a different subset of PRB to each. You're always seeing PRB, medyo technical, but this is a physical resource block. So, kumbaga, paano ba explain? You're in the network, napapadala ka. For example, you have one signal. So, may isa kang frequency, binubugas sa'yo. And then from that, meron niyang mga blocks na ina-assign per UE, depending on your needed service. O yun nga, yung 5QI, yung mga CQI nyo, kung ano yung quality of service na kailangan mo. So, you're given this enough PRB so that you can have this service running, or if you have conversational, you can only have this PRB and so forth and so on. So, ito yung single user MIMO. Okay? But then, naghahati-hati kayo. But then, in multiple user MIMO, is ibinibigay na sa iyo lahat yung PRB na yon kasi they can have it paired with another. Before it, so okay, so bumubuga. Okay? Sa single user MIMO to ha, bumubuga yung site. Okay? Kayo yung natipuhan, pareho kayong natipuhan nitong sa site na to. So dalawa na kayo ngayon, di ba? So magsishare ngayon ng PRB. So maghahati kayo sa maghahati kayo sa resources niya. So, okay? So nagto-2 times siya sa inyong dalawa. So, pero nag-share kayo, hinahati niyo talaga siya, hinahati niyo yung resources. But then, mas matalino si multi-user MIMO. Okay? Nagto-2 times siya, pero binibigay mo pareho at full, pero kasi kaya mong ibigay kasi magkahiwalay. Okay? So, okay, nasa Cebu tong UE1, nasa joke lang. Anyway, yung UE1 would be, I mean, you have separation, I mean, spatial separation means hindi sila nag-interfere sa isa't isa. And then there are this threshold na pag na-reach nyo to, ibig sabihin, meron na kayong interference, hindi kayo pwede mag-pair. So, ang mangyayari niyan, multi-user MIMO allows the same set of PRBs to be allocated to each UE kasi nga, you are separated geographically. So, ito nga yung tinatrial namin ngayon. Tinitingnan namin is hanggang saan kayo hindi dapat magkita para hindi mabooking si site na to na binibigay mo yung lahat sa kanya. Parang ganun. So, meron siyang maximum separation na kaya niyang ibigay yung full PRB niya for one UE and UE2. So, yung difference ng dalawa. You have the single user MIMO and then the multiple user MIMO. And this actually is increasing the capacity kasi nga, and the quality, the spectral efficiency, kasi nga, you're giving all the PRVs on both, for both, pero, what do you call this? Pero hindi makaka-apekto in terms of interference kasi nga magkalayo kayo. Okay? And then it can be done, so beamforming can be used to separate transmission toward each UE. Yun. So, kaya nagagawa yan kasi may ibubuga siya sa yung iba, may ibubuga siya sa yung iba. So, magkahiwalay na kayo. And then, you can use the same PRB na. Okay? So, beamforming in massive MIMO provides higher spectral efficiency, what I said, which adds more capacity, of course, improves link performance and extend coverage. If you increase the spectral efficiency, of course, your throughput would increase, of course. Kasi nagagamit mo yung resources efficiently. Okay? So in massive MIMO, extension of traditional MIMO technology to antenna arrays having large number of controllable transmitter, 3GPP, okay, this is a consortium. Ito yung mga nagdi-discuss. Hindi lang sa Open RAN, but discusses the technology. 3G, 4G. They started, I think, discussing when it was 2G. Kasi before 2G, wala pang usap-usap. But then when they started 2G, and then actually they think about 3G, wala pa naman nakakaisip noon na we're going beyond this generation. But yeah, kaya nga tinawag siyang 3GPP kasi inisip pa lang nila doon before is 3G. But here we are, we're already in 6G actually. So 3GPP defines massive MIMO as more than 8 transmitters. Okay? So pag pala 8 transmitters na, so it's massive MIMO na. Okay? Beams can be formed in a number of different ways. Fixed grid of beams, user equipment, specific beam forming. Yeah. So yeah, it's just a representation na you have one site, but then you can have beam forming here. So high mobility users are affected by the rapid change in RSRP and could be victims of ping pong effects or beam failure. So, yun nga, since marami kang ito, beamforming, tapos kiti-kiti yung mga tao, galaw dito, so medyo mataas ang mobility. So there can, and you know, radio condition or radio properties, masyado siyang dynamic. So, and we remember, we go back, we have thresholds, time to trigger. So kahit may time to trigger ka pa rin, ang galaw-galaw niya, so minsan natitrigger prematurely or natitrigger hindi agad natitrigger dahil nga mabilis magbago yung radio measurements. So that's why with Open RAN, and since Open RAN is programmable, we have we can specialists can now have their own they can program the feature that can leverage on this. Okay, so for example, this one, massive MIMO beamforming optimization Open RAN. So we have the non real-time beamforming. So ito yung, okay, sige, ano lang ako, okay, meron akong mga beams dito, okay. But then meron tayong, ito classic to, okay. Ito lang yung classic definition of beamforming. But then this one, near real-time beam-based mobility robustness optimization is that I think I'm not sure if it's this AI, but uh, uh, it's still getting information from the UEs, and based on the measurements, it can decide kung kanino ibabato yung what do you call this? Ibabato yung beam. And you have like what is this? You have like different massive MIMO here and targeting one UEs. Okay, and then you have the near RT beam selection. Uh, you have one UEs here, and then you're targeting by one massive MIMO. So yeah, basically they're saying that we can program so that it can be more robust. Kasi nga, we have 5G, we have mobile broadband. If we go to the second phase, you have the machine communication, ultra reliable, and like you have the drones and self-driving cars. Kung ipagkakatiwala natin with this, we need to have to be adaptable. So you have to be available 100%. Kasi you know, you can't afford to have less than 100% availability in a self-driving car. Kasi why? Because the decision should be real time. Okay? Kung hindi, there will be a lot of accidents. Okay? Yeah. Okay. So just there's a company like Mavenir. You have active antennas here. Mali pala ako kanina. Yung pinakita kong picture kanina is RRU, radio units. This is more of the active antennas for massive MIMO. Mga panels na siya para siyang laptop. Okay? So makikita nyo, if go out, go to one site, see if you can see like this one, and then you will see that if you have 5G in your area, basically you have this. You can see it now in the cell sites.